Silent Night, Deadly Night 3. Better watch out, you better not cry. I'm telling you why. You should watch my other two videos. We open with a lady named Laura in a music video, directed by Monty Hellman, the executive producer of Reservoir Dogs. She comes across Ricky in his 7th form, played by Bill Moseley, that everyone either knows as Chop Top from Texas Chainsaw Part 2 or most of Rob Zombie's work. He looks a little extra different from last film.
I have this plastic dome on my head with tubes coming out of it.
Can't help you, buddy.
But then she finds Santa Claus sitting on his lap, but she asks for way too much. It was just a dream. Also, she is blind. Also, this is Dr. Newberry, played by Ben from Twin Peaks. Doc hooked her up to Billy just so he can mind meld with them. He's in a coma from the events of getting shot in the last film, and why he has an exposed brain, I don't know. But the dreams do let us reuse even more clips from the first film. I hope the actors in the first film got some serious residuals. What am I saying? They definitely didn't. But Laura's sick of all this reuse footage and heads out for the Christmas season.
Body may be young, but her soul is old.
She'll be back.
And then she'll let me go as deep as I want.
What? Laura gets picked up by her bro Chris, who was also in Twin Peaks, and who was also in a coma in that. Santa visits the hospital, perving around, and throws a few back with Ricky until he wakes up and he strangles him. But he doesn't take the suit. What do you think this is? Silent Night, Deadly Night? Laura takes a quick visit to the philologist to say she's been seeing clips of the movie that haven't happened yet. And he says, cool, just as they do happen. As Chris introduces Laura to his girlfriend, Jerry, played by Miss USA 1985, and she looks exactly like Laura, even down to the same earring. Heading to Grandma's, but Ricky hears what's going on via his brain tube, or a psychic link, which makes him also reuse some more footage. Then he literally hitchhikes, despite wearing a patient's uniform and having a literal cartoon plastic dome showing his brain. But then the driver gives him an ugly Christmas sweater, and Ricky's just not feeling it this year, so after he kills him, he steals the truck and leaves the sweater behind. We burn some more time in the road trip, and despite Ricky taking someone out at the gas station and I guess going to Old Navy for some clothes, he makes it to Grandma's first. She shows him some hospitality, but then gives him a present, and god damn it, he just doesn't want to celebrate this year, so he knocks her off screen. The others make it, and it's about as awkward and boring as it is to visit your actual family around the holidays. Laura watches a clip from Roger Corman's The Terror, which is significant because the director worked on that, and I'm definitely going to do a review about it someday, as the others are bathing. Meanwhile, Doc and Cop are looking for Ricky, but they're just one step behind, and Cop wants to shoot Ricky. But when he steps out to pee by the road, Doc steals the car because he wants to continue his inhumane experiments in the dreams. Meanwhile, Ricky remembers he exists and flips the car off screen and cuts the phone lines. Peekaboo. He attacks, so Chris grabs the old greener, a double-barreled shotgun, but then Ricky jumps him from behind like a ninja, strangling him and tossing away the gun. Doc arrives just to hold Ricky's hand, but he gets prison shanked. They barricade the door just for Ricky to burst in like the Kool-Aid Man, and then take Jerry under the bed like the boogeyman. Laura tries comforting Ricky, but this doesn't work, so she leads him to the basement, where she sees Grandma Ghost, who tells her to think strategically. Ricky and his new Hey Dudes he got on Temu shows up, but then Laura knocks out the lights, so I guess Ricky decides to fight fair and gets rid of his shank. I mean, it works. But Chris is still alive and blasts him away. Until he gets back up because he's bulletproof, remember the last film, and strangles him with a gun. But Laura has a spike, which Ricky just lays on. He does not fall, he just literally lays on it. Given that you gave him like an exposed brain, wouldn't the finale be you somehow crack it open and his brain falls out or something? Either way, Cop shows up, I guess Ricky gets hauled away in the hospital, and Laura gets picked up. Then they break the fourth wall.
Merry Christmas.
And a happy new year.
That was Ricky's only line in the entire film, and he's wearing a tuxedo for some reason, ending the film on a comedic note despite the whole film not really being comedic. Final body count. 8. This film's shit. Bill Moseley is usually fantastic, but he's completely wasted in this film. An actor known for silly, over-the-top, crazy characters, silently walking around like he's bored. Ricky could have been played by literally anyone, and it would have been the exact same. It's almost like they tried to tone down what they did with Eric Freeman in the last film just for the absolute worst. The rest of the acting's bad, and not even counting the reused footage, the film is still so freaking padded. You can cut this thing down so much to probably even just a 23-minute Goosebumps episode because there's so little blood in the film. And given that Ricky doesn't even wear a Santa Claus costume in the film, it just feels like this film probably started off unrelated and then was just made Silent Night Deadly Night. Much like 4 and 5 will. This is the end of the Silent Night Deadly Night saga, basically, because the next two films are completely unrelated. Well, at least the last film has some over-the-top silliness with Garbage Day. This film doesn't even have that. It's only getting a 1 out of 10 because it's not just a pitch black screen giving you nothing but static. But let me know your opinions down below, as well as hitting that like button and subscribing.